If you're having trouble with math at high school, college, or university level, you gotta try Galaxy Maths, an online tutoring service like no other. They offer top quality instructors to tutor you on whatever problems you're having. And get this, the more problems there are to solve in your order, the greater discount you'll get. Do not miss this opportunity. Galaxy Maths are always with you. Check out the link in the description. This is freaking crazy. This is crazy. So, yeah, it's official. The Snyder Cut, the legendary Snyder Cut that's been in discussion, it's been in discussion online for literally years since the original Justice League came out, is actually going to come out. It's going to come out for HBO Max, which is HBO streaming service, which is funny because I remember a friend of mine told me a while back, he said, wouldn't it be something if they put the Snyder Cut out on HBO Max, or I think he may have mentioned that, or the DC streaming service as a gimmick to get you to buy it. And that's exactly what they're doing with the HBO Max thing. First of all, I'm very happy about this, and I'm going to tell you why. Number one, a lot of people have wanted to see the Snyder Cut. Zack Snyder is not my favorite director, and Justice League is not my favorite movie. However, a lot of people really do want to see it. A lot of it out of curiosity, some because they want to see what the man was going to envision as being his version of the story. And I like it when people are happy. And I know there's been some battles online about, the Snyder Cut. People are like, who want the Snyder Cut. Others saying just shut up about it. It's been like kind of a thing. And I've always said that when it comes to the Snyder Cut, that I didn't think it would ever happen because a lot of the footage that he shot was unmastered. Right? So a lot of the footage was not just ready to be put out. You have to actually go in there and edit the footage. Some of it doesn't even have the green screen finished. You don't have the optical effects put in. So you've got these sort of random shots of scenes that were shot with Ben Affleck and these characters, Gal Gadot, that didn't really have a mastering process. So my whole thing was, would DC actually spend the money, because you have to spend money to do this, to get this done in the editing room, to actually make the movie, to make it look good and make it look like an actual movie. And so that was kind of my whole thing. Like, would the Snyder Cut actually be a thing because of that reason? Now, I always wanted to see the Snyder Cut because even though I am not a fan of Zack Snyder as much as others are, what happened to that guy, I'm also a human being, and what happened to that guy with his daughter committing suicide was something that I don't think any of us should ever have to face. It happens, but it's such a tragedy and a travesty that it happened to that guy. He doesn't deserve that, no matter what. And it sucks that happened to him. And it really is just a nightmare that it happened. But I was so shocked because it's such good news because, so many people wanted to see it. And because really, Justice League, the movie, was... They basically what they did was they took Joss Whedon and he went in and he basically finished the movie when Snyder left because of the because of what happened with his daughter. Plus there were other issues too with the studio and whatnot. But really it was mostly that travesty. And the fact that now they're going to be releasing what I assume that Snyder's going to be involved in the project. I assume that he's actually going to be involved. I haven't looked up all the information on this yet, but with that being said, what would his original vision have been? There's all kinds of rumors about Darkseid and this and that. And even if it's not Darkseid, if we get just more scenes that he shot, that to me I think will satisfy a lot of people. But the question is, will it be a good movie? That remains to be seen. Will his version of the film be so great? I think that a lot of people who wanted to see the Snyder Cut, I don't think it's actually a thing where they actually truly wanted to see it because they thought Justice League sucked. I think it was more so the fact that there was all this talk about all this footage that was shot that was never used. A lot of times when you make a movie, there's a lot of footage, sometimes even up to an hour or more, even more, of footage that never gets put in the final movie. And there was rumors that Snyder had a 4-hour cut of his movie. Now, I don't know if that's what we're going to get, but that was the rumor. So, with that being said, there's so much work that was put in by the actors and the crew and those who were there on set. So at least they're going to be recognized for their talents. And you have to remember that the original version of Justice League will always be out there. It takes me back to when Batman v Superman came out. So the theatrical version of Batman v Superman was not that great. The home version, the extended version, was a lot better. I still don't think it was a good movie, but it was a lot better. So it does make me wonder, what this version of Justice League is gonna actually come out looking like. But I can't believe it's actually happening. I'm not, I made a video about it once, and I talked about how what I thought would be a good solution is to, instead of putting out the Snyder Cut like at his actual movie, put it out as a comic book and kind of put all the scenes that he was going to put in there in the comic book version and just release that. So that way you at least get the story of what he was trying to tell. But it looks like DC looked at it and said, well, we have all this footage. How much would it cost? They obviously weighed it out. HBO probably, threw in their 2 cents, and here we go. So I do look forward to seeing it. I really do. I want to see what was cut out. I want to see like how it looks. I want to see more Ben Affleck. I want to see more of just everyone, and just see how it turned out. So what do you think about the Snyder Cut actually coming out? Let me know in the comments, and I'm sure I'll review it on this channel when it comes out. I look forward to seeing it. But let me know what you think, and we'll talk soon.